And new figures from Statistics Canada show fewer people are visiting Canada. So according to the National Statistics Office, the number of trips to Canada by U.S. residents decreased 5.6% year over year in May, while the numbers of trips made by other international tourists fell 6.6%. The latest numbers from StatsCan also shows that cross-border travel from Canada to U.S. by car declined nearly 37% in May. So for more on this, I'm joined live by Andrew Siegwart, President and CEO of the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario. Thanks a lot for joining us, Andrew. Let me start off with this. Did I get your last name right? Because we didn't get a chance to talk about that. All right, thanks a lot. Okay, let's go over this. Look, trips to Canada by U.S. residents continue to decrease. Trips to Canada by overseas residents continue to decline. Trips abroad by Canadian residents continue to decrease. What is going on?
Well, you're highlighting some factors that are actually balancing out for economic performance in Canada. So while we are seeing a slight downturn in U.S. visits as well as international, we are seeing Canadians stay at home and instead traveling within Canada. So that's really kind of balancing out. And all of this language around staycation and stay close to home and support Canadian business seems to be resonating with consumers. I'll point out that the numbers that you shared about U.S. visits into Canada, that average number of 5% for visits that you shared, what it masks is that actually visits by air are only down just slightly, and air visits from the U.S. are more important in terms of tourism spend because they tend to stay longer. And actually, those numbers are performing better than what we thought they would be a few months ago. So there's some more good news in those numbers than people might think.
Yeah, Andrew, along with that, trips to Canada by U.S. residents increase. Let's talk about that.
Exactly, which is very good news. And I think it speaks a lot to the fact that we have been doing a really good job of reaching out to American audiences and allaying some of their concerns about travel, particularly their concerns about feeling welcome. American visitors have been very well aware of this trade dispute. And we're feeling a bit sheepish about coming to Canada, but some great campaigns that have been put into market, for example, Quebec's Hug It Out commercial, or even some of the great Destination Ontario billboards highlighting the exchange rate benefits, those are breaking through. And we're also seeing a good portion of Americans who are aligned with our values wanting to come and experience all that Canada has to offer and to support us.
I wish we had a clip of the Hug It Out commercial because I saw it. Somebody sent it to me. It's great. Let's talk about what this means and, how this comes together with what it means to live in Canada, call Canada home.
Well, I think it says a lot. It shows that people respect our values. I think it shows that our values and our way of life resonates globally. And I think that's an advantage for us. There's some other opportunities right now that we can continue to leverage on that front. For example, reaching out to the rest of the world, lots of those overseas markets. There's an opportunity for us to leverage those shared values and beef up things like international conventions. Destination Canada has a program to attract international conventions. And one of the things that we're targeting with our partners across the country is to put more dollars into those efforts so that we can leverage our values, leverage the interest in Canada, and have organizations come and host their conventions here where we can do business together and expand our trade relationships. So opportunities like that can really go a long way to bring us even more growth.
So along with that, Andrew, is the tourism sector of the economy pulling its fair share?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're working very hard to make sure that we are approaching all of our diversified markets as possible, and all of those folks in the ecosystem, whether that's operators, whether that's marketers, or whether that's suppliers. We're looking far and wide to ensure that we bring visitors from all around the world domestically, and reaching out to American visitors as well, and really speaking their language and making sure that we're welcome. Elbows up and arms open has been our mantra, and operators are continuing to do that. It's what they do best, actually, speaking to their customers and creating offers that they will resonate with.
And this is all ahead of the 2026 FIFA game, so that's good, right?
That's very good. Well, it's really good to be speaking to the world in anticipation of that. I know that there's a ton of excitement, both in terms of operators within the Greater Toronto Area, within Vancouver, but also in those satellite communities all around. And I'm speaking to a lot of operators that are looking at how they can leverage this opportunity. How can they encourage visitors in 2026 to extend their stay and experience the communities in and around the sites of the event? So lots to look forward to for sure.
Okay, Andrew Siegwart, President and CEO of the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario. Thanks a lot for your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much, and thanks to all your listeners for supporting Ontario's tourism industry.